What's up, everybody? My name's Big Cam and welcome back to another Comically Boston Monday morning weekly nerdy news podcast. And today is episode 232. We got a jam-packed news show for you today, and one of the main topics we'll be talking about is Doctor Strange is officially not going to be in Avengers Doomsday? Question marks? I'm not sure if this is a true statement or if this is just some news that's come out, or if it will be changed by the time that Avengers Doomsday comes around to filming. But I believe Doomsday is supposed to be coming out next year, so Doomsday should be filming sometime soon in the spring and summer of this year. I don't know, but let's jump right on into the news, shall we? The first topic at hand that I would like to speak about was this movie I heard about. A movie from director Ethan Coen titled Honey, Don't! And it is set to release in May, starring Margret, Qualley, Aubrey, Plaza, and Chris Evans. And just that cast alone, I was like, damn, this is going to be a hot movie. I mean, Margret Qualley's in her prime right now, especially coming off of like The Substance. She couldn't be more gorgeous. And Aubrey Plaza coming off of Agatha All Along and playing Death. I love Aubrey Plaza. I love Margret Qualley. And then Chris Evans, I mean, come on, friggin' Boston boy, Captain America, right? Like, I love me some Chris Evans. So the three of them together in this movie, I don't know if it's going to be some type of like love triangle thing going on, but whatever it is, I will be watching. Comment below if that's something you would check out. The next topic at hand is that casting news has come out that Natalie Portman has been cast for season 2 of Ahsoka, meaning to me that her character of Padme is going to be coming back in flashbacks with Anakin. Maybe, possibly, because she's dead as well, right? Like, and Anakin's technically dead as well, but he was in season 1, and they went through flashbacks with him and Ahsoka, so Hayden Christensen got to return. So I just think that's cool that they're bringing back more of these people that, you know, I grew up with the prequel movies, and I actually really liked the prequels. I grew up with them, right? I didn't know any better. I didn't grow up in the 70s, you know, so I think the first Star Wars film I saw in theaters was Revenge of the Sith, and that was awesome, right? Like, especially as like a 7-8-year-old kid when that came out, like, I ate that shit up, man. And I didn't necessarily know that, you know, Anakin was going to become Darth Vader, so like, as a kid, that blows the mind, you know what I mean? But Rey's trilogy sucked. On to the next topic at hand. Oscar nominations have been coming out, and Dune Part 2, I believe, should be winning a shit ton of Oscar awards, but it only got nominated for 5 Oscars, being Best Picture, Best Cinematography, Best Production Design, Best Sound, and Best Visual Effects. But it's not up for, like, score, for Hans Zimmer's score, which is ridiculous. There's no Best Director? Like, where's Denis Villeneuve's Best Director, right? Like, crazy that he's not nominated for that. It's crazy that Austin Butler's not nominated for Best Supporting Actor. It's crazy that Zendaya's not nominated for Best Supporting Actress, along with like people like Stilgar, Javier Bardem. He's a phenomenal supporting character in this movie. And then Best Male Lead for Timothée Chalamet. I mean, he is phenomenal as Bob Dylan. But, you know, it might be harder to play music and be Bob Dylan than it is to be this fictional character of Paul Atreides. But, like, which movie's better? I think Dune Part 2 is phenomenal and so much better. And so much better a movie than The Complete Unknown. And that's not saying The Complete Unknown is not a bad movie. It's phenomenal, and he does a great job, and the cast is great in that. And, like, you know, The Complete Unknown should be nominated and be winning awards too. But should it win, like, a Best Picture or Best Director over Dune Part 2? Like, no. And honestly, I think the only reason this isn't getting the awards it should is because it came out back last March, right? Like, we're almost a full year from when this came out. You know, it is what it is. I think it's just going to be kind of caught in the recency bias, right? People have seen other things more recently and they're stuck in their memory more recently. Like, I don't know, maybe if you haven't seen Dune Part 2, go check it out and tell me what you think in the comment section below. But I think it should be getting a lot more nominations than that. And I believe the movie that won the most nominations for the Oscars was Amelia Perez And that now is getting conflicting reviews where some people really hate it, some people think it sucks, and I thought it wasn't that bad, but I don't think it's going to be, it should be winning Oscars and be nominated for like 13 awards. Like, I hope it wins none of those awards, because it won all the Golden Globes. Like, Everything Everywhere All at Once is the type of movie that deserved to sweep every category at every award show. Emilia Perez, you know, I was fine with it getting the Golden Globes, but if that movie keeps winning awards and wins all of them throughout all of the award shows, I think that's just crazy. You know, like, that movie's not that good. You know, it's good, but it's not that good. You understand what I'm saying? But moving on to the next topic at hand, James Gunn released a picture on set of the back of the chair of Millie Alcock, aka Supergirl, and it's now shooting with Warner Brothers Studios. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, has started rolling cameras. And this is what James Gunn had to say. Thrilled to see cameras roll at Warner Brothers Studio Leaves Den on Supergirl, with Craig Gillespie at the helm and the phenomenal Millie Alcock as our Kara Zor-El. Craig brings an incredible sensibility to this story, and Millie is every inch the unique Supergirl envisioned by Tom King, Balesk Evely, and Anna Nogueira. Ooh, I think I butchered that last one, I'm sorry. Millie Alcock's Supergirl movie is now in production and filming, so we're going to have Superman coming out in summer of 2025, and it looks like Supergirl summer of 2026. So James Gunn starting off his theatrical runs of movies in the DCU with the supers, right? Like with the elves and Kara Zor-El. I mean, everyone, there's probably going to be Snyder fans that hate this. There's probably going to be people that are, oh, Sasha Calle, you know, like, she could have been a great Supergirl, and she had her one chance, and the Flash fucked it up, you know. And I liked Sasha Calle too, but I don't know. Millie Alcock was phenomenal in season 1 of House of the Dragon. So this is the type of Woman of Tomorrow Supergirl we're getting, and she's like, you know, got a sword and she's badass. I don't know. Just the one image from the comics I'm basing that off of, but I'm quite excited to see more from this. And I like that James Gunn is getting ahead of, like, anyone being like, oh, a press image released from set and blah blah blah. Like, he just goes, no, here's a picture, here's a get people excited, not tease too much, right? Like, all this is teasing is a little bit of stuff in the background and the logo. And I mean, this blew up in that her logo is very similar to David Cornswet's Superman logo, and it's not that crazy like a difference, but you know, just kind of cool that James Gunn's DCU is building out. We got Lantern starting to film soon too, so, and James apparently is in the middle of writing something new that he's going to be starting to work on. Rumors has it that it might be like an Authority or a Creature Commandos season 2, you know, like, all those things could be possibilities that James Gunn works on, but I'm going to be watching whatever he works on, so it doesn't matter to me. There was also a brief little Super Bowl teaser trailer thing released that added just like a couple of shots from that Superman original teaser trailer that we hadn't seen, including this one shot of Clark kind of doing this 360 swooping through like this crack in a mountain. And, you know, everyone was like, why does it look weird? Like, it's like a half a second clip and you guys are commenting what it looks like. I need to see more if I'm going to comment what it looks like. The only thing that I can comment on looks-wise is this still of him flying, right? We got the yellow logo on the back, the cape's flapping in the wind, we got his chiseled jaw, and his arms back like he's flying. You know, like, that's how it's supposed to work, you know? Like, it's how it's supposed to look. And I love how the blue looks with this yellow on the chest and the red. The red and blues look so good and crisp and sharp and colorful, and it reminds me of Christopher Reeve's blue and yellow and red, and like just how much I loved him and how he looked as Superman. And his Superman flew with the hands out straight, touching, not even really like this, you know. And Clark's is more, you know, Dave Cornswet's is more back here. I would like to see him fly both ways, you know, like, you know, whatever. I mean, whatever, man. Just seeing Superman take flight, gonna be really cool. And we haven't had a Superman movie like this. Like, I didn't think I was gonna be this excited for a Superman movie, but I am. Like, it's gonna be awesome. It's sick. But you heard me talk about it at the beginning of this video, so let's jump into the Marvel news. And just recently, Benedict Cumberbatch was doing some interviews with Variety and said that he will not appear in Avengers Doomsday, and says he will, however, have a big role in Avengers Secret Wars. So what does this mean for Mr. Doctor Strange? And originally, I believe Avengers Kang Dynasty was supposed to be the Avengers Doomsday, and once they pivoted away from Jonathan Majors' Kang and pivoted towards a Doctor Doom with Robert Downey Jr., I think that's where Benedict Cumberbatch and Doctor Strange's journey went. And maybe that story can still get used down the line if they want to bring back Kang and recast him, or, you know, bring him back eventually down the line once people forget about that whole Jonathan Majors bullshit, you know? I think the original story, right, Kang is a time person, right? He was dealing and fucking with time and timelines and Loki, and if he's a time villain and traveling between multiverses and different timelines and through time, early in time, back and past, in the future, right? Like, if it's going to be a time-based villain, who better than the former holder of the Time Stone, Doctor Strange? And maybe that's where it comes in. He gets the Time Stone back, something, versus Kang. Doctor Strange is a big piece. I don't know. I don't think, you know, that was necessarily too far off from where that movie could have been going. But if it's now Avengers Doomsday, maybe they're pivoting more to have Tom Holland's Spider-Man, the new Fantastic Four that we're about to be getting in July. Maybe we're pivoting to have those members be the stars of this Avengers movie, and then have people morph into then a battle world that's going to be on in Secret Wars. And then you have Deadpool, Wolverine, Gambit, everybody else that, you know, Shang-Chi, everybody show up. Will Loki show up sitting on the timeline throne and in the middle of the tree of timelines as the god of stories? I would rather see Loki as a big piece in these stories than Doctor Strange, I think. You know, I like Doctor Strange. I like Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. But, you know, when's the last time we saw him? I would rather see a Doctor Strange 3, what's the deal with the third eye, and Clea, and that whole bullshit, and you starting incursions. What's your deal there, rather than, you know, what's going on in Avengers, the Kang Dynasty / turned into Doomsday, right? Like, I don't know. I think we got time for Doctor Strange, and I don't think Benedict Cumberbatch is going anywhere. I feel like he's the type of guy that's like, hey, whenever, however big, however small, if you're going to have Doctor Strange in there, I better be in the suit. Or voicing it, right? Because I'm pretty sure he voiced all the lines in What If Season 2 and stuff like that, too. Comment below your thoughts on if Doctor Strange isn't in Doomsday. What does that mean for him? Are we going to be getting a Doctor Strange 3 first, or Secret Wars first, and then Doctor Strange 3? I don't know. Rumors have Doctor Strange's 3's title is going to be Time Runs Out or something along those lines. So I'm not sure, but it is what it is. So reports are coming out that Captain America Brave New World's reported budget is about $180 million, which I think for Marvel, they're sitting around about $200 million for movies, for budget. So I think 180 is not that bad, actually. But the problem with this post is that it is currently tracking to make about $95 million domestically. But there has been some international posters released. And there was like another Chinese one that didn't really have anything cool on it. It pretty much was just the Captain America Brave New World poster, just like the original one, you know, the way back one, but it just had like Chinese writing on it. But I thought these ones were cool. It's like Thailand inspired posters, and the Red Hulk's on this one with like Thailand golden warrior armor on him, which is kind of cool. And then they also have one for Sam Wilson here, and he's like the blue god. And yeah, if you're from Thailand, I guess comment below if you know what these gods are in the background of these images. I just find it cool that they're having specific posters for overseas and international posters, so that's kind of cool. But if this film is going to be releasing in China and internationally, that globally will help the movie's you know, budget costs. But I'm surprised this movie isn't going to be a bigger hit domestically. I think it's really going to come down to what's going on in a couple weeks from now, on February 14th, and, you know, what people are up to for Valentine's Day. Do people want to go out on a date to see Red Hulk smash the White House? Or do we already have a Red Hulk in the White House in real life, and this is too close to home? I don't know. There might be some people thinking like that, but just to end out today's show, the Super Bowl released a poster that was just a complete spoof of the Daredevil Born Again poster, and like you get the Kingpin and Daredevil on one side, and then Bleacher Report stole it and made it the Eagles and the Chiefs and made it Super Bowl February 9th, and it's like, huh? Like, how are you gonna steal Daredevil Born Again's poster like that? Just straight up rip it, you know? Like, but all right, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it as long as it brings extra attention to Daredevil Born Again, and maybe we're gonna get a dope trailer at the Super Bowl or something like that. I'm now at a point in my life, right? Like, I grew up watching so many Super Bowls because the Pats were in them, always winning, and I'm from New England and Boston, so like, of course, we wanted to see the Pats win the Super Bowl. We also saw them lose quite a few Super Bowls. So it's weird not to have my team in the Super Bowl, which I'm sure people across the country are like, oh, I'm so sorry. Your Pats aren't in the Super Bowl for the first time in 20-something years. Fuck you. I get it. The Pats won too much. I get it. It's time for new teams. But at the same rate, right? Like, didn't we just see Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl a couple years back, right? Like, this is about to be Patty Mahomes' third Super Bowl in a row. I mean, I hope he doesn't three-peat and give Travis Kelce another ring to go celebrate with Taylor Swift. You know, they've got enough wins. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, that would be kind of cool if they win first, or their first ring. But yeah, Daredevil Born Again poster stolen. There was also this SFX magazine poster thing that Daredevil's on the cover of, and his mask looks really good in this picture, and it also has things along the edges: The Witcher, Agatha All Along, The Monkey, The Gorge, Star Wars, Skeleton Crew, The Making of Skeleton Crew, Yellow Jackets, Peter Pan, The Mighty World of Marvel, and that looks like a Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man picture. What's in store for 2025? World's exclusive Daredevil Born Again, Return of Hell's Kitchen's Avenger. Interesting. Interesting little poster. I mean, if you guys picked up that magazine, comment below if there was anything on the inside of that magazine that was cool. Maybe I'll have to go find one. But I've been rewatching Daredevil season 1, 2, and 3 on the former Netflix Daredevil is now on Disney Plus, and will be the first 3 seasons of what will be the 4th season is going to be season 1 of Daredevil Born Again. But just going back, and I think I shall be doing a full breakdown for that season 1, either in one full video breaking down all of the episodes, or by episode. Comment below which you would prefer if you're going to watch videos like that before Daredevil Born Again. You know, maybe you haven't seen the show and you would like me to catch you up and give you the details and Easter eggs and all the things you need to know going into Daredevil Born Again. So comment below if that's something you'd be interested in. But I thought it was hilarious going back in season 1 of the Netflix Daredevil's mask, from silhouette, like in the shadows, or like seeing him at a weird angle and you see the horns, it looks okay. But directly on and you see his face, that mask looked so dumb and so weird and so funny. I'm very happy that they switched the mask look to what they have now, and the details on the mask, and yeah, it looks way better. You know, it really does. And this isn't going to be his only suit. I mean, we saw a yellow suit in She-Hulk, and we saw in the trailer alone that there's like 4 or 5 different suits. So I don't know, maybe we're going to see our boy switching suits and having different outfits and, you know, keeping it fresh. I don't know. That seems awesome to me. And just the last thing I want to talk about today, the 9 episodes, right? So originally they were saying that Daredevil Born Again was going to be 1 season, 18 episodes, which in today's environment just is crazy. They're not doing that at all anymore. I mean, shit, most TV shows today are like 6 to 10 episodes, and 10 is like pushing it. You know, most of them are like 6, you know, maybe 7, 8 episodes. But this, it looks like they wanted to do that 18 episode first season, but they ended up splitting it in half, and we're going to get season 1 is 9 episodes, and season 2 that they're already filming before season 1 even comes out, which is just Marvel. It feels like a vote of confidence from Marvel that Daredevil is already filming a season 2. And even before Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man comes out, that already got greenlit for season 2 and season 3. So that people must be liking that show too. But the 9 episode titles, episode 1 shall be called Heaven's Half Hour. Episode 2 is going to be titled With Interest. Episode 3 titled The Hollow of His Hand. Episode 4 titled Straight to Hell. Episode 5 titled Sic Semper Systema. Episode 6 titled Isle of Joy. Episode 7 titled Excessive Force. Episode 8 titled Art for Art's Sake. And episode 9 titled Optics. And so just from going through those episode titles and then comparing them to titles from like the original Daredevil season, these definitely are going to mean something, right? Because most to all of the titles in the Daredevil series, they each have like little meanings, right? Like if you click on the episode and you look at the title and you're like, what does that mean? And then all of a sudden it comes up in the episode, you're like, ooh, at least me, I'm the type of person that watches like HBO, House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones type of shit. In House of the Dragon, along with Game of Thrones, the titles of the episode end up meaning something very much so about what the episode's about. Whether Game of Thrones, it's like Hard Home, or you know what I mean? There's titles of episodes that really mean something. So I'm going to be very curious in March. We're coming up right around the corner here. We're about a month out from Daredevil Born Again and seeing these titles and what they mean, and I will be breaking down on the channel. Stay tuned for more Comically Boston weekly nerdy news podcasts every Monday. Breakdowns for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man shall be coming out this week. Daredevil Born Again coming in March, and Daredevil seasons 1 through 3 breakdowns may be coming. Comment below if that's something you'd be interested in. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. And if you'd like to support me and the channel, the best way to do that is liking this video, commenting below, hitting that bell so you get the notifications and you don't miss future videos, subscribing if you haven't already. About 98% of you are not subscribed. The people that watch these videos are not subscribed. Only 1.8% of you that are subscribed watch the videos. So that one person that does all the things I say and like the videos, comment, subscribe, doing all those, watching all the videos, I really, really appreciate you. I love you. Thank you so much for coming on by. My name's Big Cam. My other social medias links are down in the description below, and I will see you beautiful people in the next one. Peace.